Most parents say raising kids is harder now than it was 2 decades ago, and one of the biggest reasons why the added challenge now of keeping kids safe on the internet. Thanks so much for staying with us. I'm Tamsin Fidel.
I'm Corey Chambers in for Aaron A. And it can be hard for parents to keep track of what their kids are doing online all the time. And with children as young as 3 logging on to digital devices, it's important for parents to have an eagle eye on internet activity.
That's right. Tanya Jordan is the Chief Marketing Officer of Bark Technologies, an online safety company, and she's joining us today to share some advice for parents out there, and I think also decode some of that what we call dangerous internet slang. Nice to have you with us this afternoon, first off.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so I know this is just there's so many things to cover, but let's just start with the first one. You say it's important to block inappropriate websites and apps. So how do parents do that, and what do they need to know to be successful at it?
Excellent question. So whatever internet is coming into your home through a smart TV, through a family iPad, through smartphones, through gaming consoles, it falls on you, parent, caregiver, grandparent, to go to Google, go to your search engine and type in whatever that device is, plus parental controls, and figure out what screen time features you have at your disposal that are absolutely free through your internet service provider or device level provider that can help you limit time and prevent harmful access.
Okay. It's interesting, too, we talk about dangerous websites, but I think sometimes the danger comes from websites that aren't necessarily dangerous. I use quotation marks here. I look at YouTube, right? Like YouTube, so how many kids let me watch some YouTube? And there's all kinds of stuff on YouTube that they shouldn't be watching. And there's not an easy way to say, this is okay, this isn't.
Yeah, it's really not a matter of if, but when. Seemingly innocuous websites and apps, even like Pinterest and Spotify, actually contain really harmful content and people. So it's very important that you talk with your children earlier than you might think, more candidly than you might think, and more frequently than you might think, because they are going to stumble upon it and they're probably not going to want to talk to you about it.
So let's talk about this, and this is the next area that is just a scary one. I know parents have got to talk to kids about online stranger danger, what used to just be in person. What does that conversation look like, though, to explain to your kids?
Well, really important, because a lot of parents don't want to come out of the bat talking about sextortion and predation. Totally understand. Make sure you talk with your children, younger children, about tricky people and how some people online might seem really nice, might be asking you a lot of questions or sending you a lot of compliments or even in-game currency. But you need to be aware that if they're asking for any personally identifiable information, you don't share it and you come tell a trusted adult. Start with the phrase tricky people. And then as they get older, you can expand on that conversation.
Okay. And then, again, it's all about these devices, right? I mean, we obviously need to keep an eye on them with these devices. But how do you secure them for, say, if you turn your head for a second, how do you secure these devices?
It's not easy, but it is possible. So whatever device your child has access to, Google the name of that device or the app and parental controls. Whether it's an iPhone or an Android phone, there are free built-in parental controls that come with those devices. Same with gaming consoles. Heck, even YouTube Kids exist for this reason. The best first phone for a child, the safest first phone for a child, is the Bark phone, and no other parental control technology will alert you to dangers like Bark will. But evaluate your options and pick what's best for your family.
So I know it's nearly impossible to know every little thing that a child does online, but is there a way for parents to monitor content, or at least have an overall view of it? Can you tell us about that?
Yes. So the reason that we created Bark in 2015 was for this reason. The existing landscape was not helpful to parents. We needed a way for artificial intelligence to surface threats, tricky people, suicidal ideation, drug and alcohol content to parents so we could take action. So Bark will alert you when your children are in danger and then give you best recommended next steps for how to address. How do you talk with your kids about the most difficult topics?
And I know you mentioned something called a tech contract. What is that?
Yes. Before any major life event, right? Any important thing that you embark on, you sign a contract. It's no different when your children are about to access one of these that can let them access the entire world and vice versa. Set a family set a family tech contract. You can find one all over the internet. There are lots of free options, and sit down and talk about what you will and won't do as a family, and then what the ramifications will be if those rules are not followed.
Smart.
Okay, we got some slang you're gonna hit us with. Hit us with the slang.
Oh my gosh. Are you asking me, or am I just telling you?
I want to know. I want to know. I want to know if I know.
Okay.
Tell us what we don't know. Here we have some.
Okay.
Right
Yeah. Okay. So the
Oh my
first one, I get
goodness.
that. Okay. The dripping mouth. That's
Oh,
usually
yeah.
like hungry. Like I'm hungry, salivating. That's not what that
That's
means.
not
though.
what that is anymore.
Okay. I see a pepper for a little spicy, inappropriate content. Okay.
Yeah, so one that's not on the screen, I'll let everybody digest those while I'm talking. Did you know that the taco emoji can stand for female anatomy? Did you know that the plate of pasta noodles could either mean you're about to enjoy some Italian for dinner, or you might be sending nudes, because noodles stands for nudes.
Oh.
There are so many double and triple meanings for emojis that just go right over parents' heads.
Yeah. Right. Wow.
Yes.
What else? Are there any other ones? No.
I'm frightened now.
Well, I'm like, what's safe for television? A dump truck could mean somebody's anatomy in addition to a vehicle.
Okay.
The cherries or the peach or the eggplant emoji.
Well,
Often
we know
represent
that. We know
those.
that. Yeah.
That's the only thing we know.
Yeah, we know those.
That's all we know.
Yes.
Oh wow,
Those are like from the
yeah,
80s.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Whatever year.
Wow. Well, look. I mean, it's very enlightening to realize that all the stuff is out there.
Yeah, it really is. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We should definitely have you back.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, take care. And if you would like more information on keeping kids safe online, you can follow Tatiana on social media or visit her website, bark.us.